Wow, Trini's computer is fast compared to Tim's. I guess Tim's got a lot more going on. Okay, so welcome.
Hi.
It is October the 23rd or the 24th. We are coming to the end of October. I'm coming to the end of this year. I know I keep saying that, but I'm really feeling the way this year is coming to the end. Maybe I'm just feeling endings, feeling endings in my life or something. So let's begin with our grounding and our centering, and I'm gonna mute everybody so we have a quiet environment. So begin by feeling your connection to the earth. And if you're sitting on the ground, you want to sit in such a way that your pelvic floor, your perineum, is connected to the earth, or you're sitting on a chair. So a lot of times when we're sitting on the earth, our pelvis is curled under, and then our connection to the earth, we're actually disconnected because our pelvic floor is turned up towards the sky. So sit in such a way so that you've got that connection to the earth through your pelvic floor. And feel the points of connection between yourself and the earth through your pelvic floor, through your feet, through your legs. And start to open into the energy of the earth. Feel the energy of the earth for yourself. And notice what those qualities are for you today. Maybe you feel the darkness, maybe the soothing qualities, maybe the openness and vastness, the quietness, the stillness. Maybe you just feel how the pace is slower in the earth than the quick, fast pace required of us in our day-to-day lives. Just notice when you tune into the earth, and your experience of the earth may be slightly different than my energetic experience of the earth. Just notice as you tune in how those qualities, we start to attune to those qualities, and our body becomes porous, and we start to allow those qualities to come into our body. Feeling the support and stability, and how that starts to create some length through our spine, all the way up through the back of our head, the crown of our head, our ears draw back over our shoulders. This creates an opening through the back of our neck, slight drop in our chin, there's space between our teeth, our tongue floats in our mouth. And then just notice how that allows you to open into a sense of spaciousness in your body, especially along your back line, along your central channel. While there's spaciousness, there may be areas of tension, areas of energetic flow, areas where you feel energetic blockage. And it's all there. It all coexists and commingles. And then let your breath drop into your lower belly. 3 finger widths below your navel and 2 finger widths behind that. So just letting yourself be in a very open and receptive state. So it's not something you have to make happen, but you just notice and allow the breath to come into your lower belly. You're already breathing, and now you're just noticing the way your breath comes into your lower belly. And then just notice how the phrases of our mantra land for you in your body, in our collective body today. We use these phrases each time we come together, each time we come into our community, as a way to remind ourselves of our intention as a community to connect with ourselves, with each other, and with the earth, the cosmic body at large. Remembering I am intrinsically good without exception, and that I have been given this precious opportunity of my unique life, I find ways to engage in daily practice in my everyday life. When I open to the vastness, stillness, silence, peace, and stability of the earth, that vastness, stillness, silence, peace, and stability opens into my body and being. Remembering that my heart is open, tender, and responsive, I enter into relationships as part of my everyday life. And then, of course, we remember our guidelines for coming together in community, knowing that each one of us has access to our own internal wisdom. And so we allow each other the dignity of our own experience, knowing that we have no need to fix or change each other or give each other advice, that it's enough to witness each other, to hear each other when we speak. Okay, so we do have a talk for you today, and we're going to come together here for this talk. And I'll give you some chance to, there's a little bit of an interactive piece in the talk at a couple of points, and then you'll be able to introduce yourself and where you're connecting from and respond in a quite a pointed way today. And then we're going to come together in meditation as well. So I wanted to just honor our bodies, our sense of embodiment, as being bigger than our human container. We've spoken about this a few times. Yes, we are these physical containers, but as many of us know from our practice of yoga and meditation, we come to experience the more subtle aspects of our bodies through the layers of our koshas. We come to know that we are more than just a physical body, that we also come to experience our mental body, our emotional body, our energetic body, and our spiritual bodies. And through these kind of experience of these different layers of our being, I think we can all come to understand or experience that the container of our body is actually quite porous. And we're not actually as separate as we might first seem, that we're actually quite interconnected. So that there's a lot of resonance that happens between each and every one of us, you know, that we can, our emotional and energetic bodies can usually, you know, we can usually pick up on if somebody's, when we walk into a room and somebody's been, if we walk into a room and somebody's been fighting, you know, our emotional, energetic bodies can usually pick up on that. or, if somebody's tired or sad or angry, it's usually pretty simple for our bodies to pick up on that. And that's those ways that, we're not just these separate physical entities walking around. We are interconnected. That's the interpersonal body. And then also we're very much interconnected. We're connected to the cosmic body. And Jackie spoke to this week in the Daily Yoga Connection. She spoke about leaning into the earth as part of our community and how our somatic meditation supports that. We can think about how we lie down in 10 points practice and receive that support of the earth, even the earth descent practices, but even something just as simple as the way we come together at the beginning and open to the energy of the earth, right? So there's 3 ways that we connect to the earth and the earth's energy in that kind of umbrella of somatic meditation. And then I really love the way that Michelle keeps us on track through the moon struck section with the cosmic body includes all of the universe, but she helps us to see how we're all connected through the cycles of the moon. We all experience the energy of the cycles of the moon. Sometimes there's more energy, sometimes there's less energy, and that affects us all. She keeps us on track with that, and this week she spoke to us about the new moon and how each one of us are affected by this energy of the new moon, and how it's a time to connect with our inner self, and how this cycle reminds us that we need to retreat, take the time to turn inwards and focus on our own needs. And, we do this, although we may feel like we're going through these cycles alone, we're actually going through them collectively, right? We are going through them collectively. So, this connection to these cosmic bodies, the earth energy, as I said, we do it in our yoga practice, in our meditation practice. What are some of the ways that we do it in our yoga practice? Because we do it quite a bit in the way we practice yoga here. What are some of the ways that we connect to the earth in our yoga practice here in our community? It's not complicated. It's pretty simple. Maybe think back to Diane, what did you wrote on the Daily Yoga Connection today? What did you do in your yoga practice today?
I did the morning energize, the 10-minute energize, wake up your energy.
Uh-huh.
And then I did the slow-mo ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did some balance, brain yoga for balance. And I think that's all I did this morning.
So that the wake up your energy, that tapping, very physical, connecting with your physical, the most dense layer of your body, and the slow-mo ball, really connecting with the lowest. I thought you did the foot connective tissue class this morning. That's why I asked you. It was a leading question. So had you done, maybe you did that yesterday.
A couple days ago.
Okay. A lot of times we work with the energy of our feet the foot connective tissue, foot series and stuff, and those open up the channels of our feet to receive the energy of the earth. What are some other ways we could connect with earth energy in our yoga practice?
Well, often when I'm doing a class with you, you start maybe in Shavasana or child's pose, something to come into the body and to connect to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Giving that space between what was happening before and transition, and to really ground into that energy, connect with it.
Yeah, I almost always start all my classes lying on the earth and taking some time to connect to that earth energy, whether you're lying on your back or you're lying on your stomach, or if I skip that, it would be like a child's pose, but some kind of earth pose where there's a connection to that earth energy at the beginning, so that, as Michelle says, so that you're transitioning, you're making that transition from that up and out to the down and in. You're reconnecting to that earth energy.
What about, I was thinking the root chakra?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I always picture myself when I'm doing that class on the root chakra, where, you know, your roots of I find my tailbone, I just picture my tailbone has roots and it's going descending to the ground. So that's kind of like connection to the earth.
Yeah, visualization is a great way to connect with earth energy, for sure. This morning, some of the girls in this morning's class just mentioned that we've been doing a lot of restorative, and that is all on the ground and just all surrendering to gravity too. So that was an interesting connection too. Okay, so yeah, we do spend a lot of time focusing on our connection to the earth in our yoga classes, and it definitely was one of the main principles of the foundations of my training with Esther Myers too, the grounding, breathing, and spinal elongation. So it's very foundational to practice yoga here. Okay, I'm going to mute you all again. So right now, and I'm going to speak a little bit about the autumn season, but even though I know, Michelle, you're in spring, I think this is still relevant. It will all come together, because I think that the themes that we're talking about, even though I'm going to talk about them in relation to the seasons and the earth energy, I think that they relate in a bigger way culturally as well. So I think they're important trends that we need to tune into. And also, they translate in, even though spring is this season where the energy is starting to come alive again, we're also in the organs of liver, which is also about detoxifying. So there are some similarities. I still think it's important to focus in this kind of more nourishing way, although I do honor that it is a season of growth for you and renewal, but in a slightly different way. So right now, collectively, for most of us, we're in a season of, well, all of us are in transitional seasons anyway. And the thing about transitional seasons is that they're challenging. You know, I don't know well, actually, people do sign up for transformation. They're like, yeah, sign me up for that. That sounds great. But then when you're in it, it's really actually kind of yucky, right? So transitions are difficult. And this, for us in the Northern Hemisphere, the season of autumn it's a time of gathering in, of focusing, of turning inwards, and of letting go. And this really goes against our cultural norm, which is not about focusing inwards, turning inwards, and letting go. You know, our cultural norm is about going out and accumulating and achieving and doing. So it, you know, to kind of harness this more inward energy really goes against societal norms. So when we take this time to follow the Earth's energy and this new moon energy right now, this natural energy, this collective energy of turning inwards, we can have this space to focus on the growth that we've experienced in the last 6 months. And even if you're coming out of winter too, winter can be this time when the seed has been stored deep in the earth too, and is ready to come forward. So for those of us that have been in summer, we're coming from this place where there's been a bright, shiny place of summer, and there's an invitation now to wind down and slow down. And this can be a welcome change from the relentless forward momentum that we're normally being imposed on us. And even if you aren't in autumn, I would suggest that looking at this balancing this energy, this yin energy, from the normal yang energy of this constant forward momentum is a useful thing. More feminine energy. So this season of transition, the season of autumn, for most of us, can be like a good friend, an inspiring friend in their community that is reminding us that it's time to start to slow down. So not as only is autumn a super inspiring time to help us to slow down, but she's like the most inspiring friend in our community to help us let things go with complete ease. So she can be like a minimalist master or a wonderful declutterer. And if we are being asked to let go of things in our lives, or being asked to let go of ways of being in our lives, we can again see this season of transition as a way to do this with ease. Now, in our culture, we normally only see progress is happening through accumulation, through progress, through acceleration, through growth. But in traditional Chinese medicine, through the organs of the lungs and the large intestines, the element is metal. And metal is very interesting because the way that it comes into its best state is through alchemy, and through the alchemy of reduction. So what happens is that it's refined and it's refined and it's refined and it's put under pressure, and then it glistens. And in this season, what happens is we are like metal, and we evolve through reduction. We are asked to let go. So let's just take a moment to tune inwards. Let's come into that embodied, centered place, feeling your connection to the earth again, lengthening up through your spine, drawing your ears back over your shoulders, dropping into the spaciousness of your body, feeling your breath in your low belly. And just reflect on your own life right now. And ask yourself, what in your life, what are the pressures in your life that are making you feel as though you are being reduced to nothing. What is putting the most pressure on you in your life right now? These things that maybe feel like a problem. You can think about how diamonds are created through that pressure. And so what needs to be removed and stripped away in your life so that the glistening essence of who you are can shine like a diamond? In other words, what's not working? What can you let go of? And then when you're ready, you can come back together to our collective body here, to our community, and you can speak your name. We'll take turns, we'll speak our name, where we're connecting from, and if you feel so inspired, you can speak about, what you are being called to let go of, to what's being removed and stripped away from your life so that the essence of who you are can shine through.
So, hi, I'm Kate. I'm from Indiana in the United States. And for me, what I feel like I'm being called to let go of is perfection. I've really felt stressed from school. I'm still in college, I'm a senior, and this semester has been by far the most challenging, the heaviest workload I've had. And so I just feel pressure to, one, get perfect grades, and then on top of all the other things that you have to do outside of school. So that's been my thing. And I think I need to drop, not that having high expectations, for yourself is bad, but that I can just do my best and that I don't need to study myself to death, in order to do that. But then also not trying to have what I thought of was having a perfect house, having the house always picked up. I have all these little projects going on, and so my attention is scattered in all of these different places. And I think for me, it's just telling myself, if something doesn't get done, it's okay. The world's not gonna stop turning if I don't get something done, before it's time. And what came to mind is over the summer, I started a project where we have old windows. We live in an old house, and we're painting and scraping the screen windows, and then now I have to do the storm windows. And I'm like, I have to get this done before winter. I have to get these done, or it's not going to match. The color's not going to be the same. And so and I just keep thinking, now that I realize, that's not even a big deal. Like, so what if the colors don't match and I can get them done next summer? And it just seems so, stupid, for lack of a better word, now that I think about it. So yes, for me, it would be dropping perfection and doing the best that I can, and that's enough.
Thanks, Kate.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Harrison, New Jersey. I've been feeling this for a while now, and it's just my need to have everything done all the time. And
that to-do list, so.
that to-do list, yeah, it's just one thing that just keeps coming up, and I try to let go of it. And the more I try to let go, the more, I don't know, I put so much pressure on myself. That's what it is. It's the pressure on myself to complete everything. So I'm trying to focus right now on taking care of myself. So letting go of that, trying to do everything and making some time for myself. That's what I'm feeling the need. Nurturing myself.
Yeah. Would you not get the book club done on time in the next 2 weeks? Like, just like be late or just not even do it. That's your homework from me.
Oh, thank you. But I have fun
That'd be
reading
really
the book.
edgy for you, I know.
Yeah, that's edgy.
Just watch what happens.
I'm not putting, the only person putting stress on is me, is myself. So letting that go.
Yeah. I know we can all relate to that, right? Yeah. We're our own taskmasters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else is standing behind us with the whip.
Hi, I'm Sandrine.
Hi, Sandrine.
Okay. Yes, I'm the one in Vietnam, and I have yesterday something fell off of me. While I was, and it happens so often lately, while I'm writing on the forum, it's actually quite funny. I tend to write something about what I posted it on my mat today because I reacted on Maria's and your post on the nourishment and maybe making November nourishment challenge. And this nourishment suddenly came into my mind about how it is that we should take care of ourselves and nourish ourselves, and then how I started this whole artist and painting thing because I wanted to nourish that side of myself again or bring it forward. Now that I'm
telling them, if I don't plug this laptop in, it's gonna die. So keep telling your story. I'm sorry to be so rude, but the whole thing's gonna shut off if I don't go plug this in.
No problem.
I read about your story. So I will tune back in as I plug in.
Sure.
Okay.
So and then I came into this rut of, following these lessons and painting and learning techniques. And as I'm somebody, the perfectionist, the achiever, and to-do list, and you can do it, and more, and yes, and another technique, and this, and we paint this, and we do this, and I was like, but why did I actually start it? I started because I wanted to nourish myself. I wanted to nourish my inner artist, the creativity, letting it out in a different type of way. And I was like, but why am I suddenly even thinking that I might become an art teacher and record my style and bring that to the world? I'm like, you don't have to do that. That's not why you signed up for it. You signed up because you wanted to nourish yourself. You wanted to take, when the muse is hitting you or there is an inspiration, you wanted to react on the inspiration, let it out in some kind or some form, be it a collage, be it just painting, be it just penciling, whatever, and then be good with it and letting go of the outcome and also then of the achievement, because it was just a way of letting things out and not, now building a business or a site, whatever. And And this is what and it just came to me while I was typing that message. I was like, yes, it was about the nourishment. And somehow this load fell off of me of having to go into that overachievement mode and perfectionist mode. And now I have to find my style and I have to do this and that. And I don't have to do nothing at all.
That sounds so much more nourishing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Betsy from Georgia, and I'm working on hitting the balance of being truly nurturing myself, but not indulgent. And this is my temperament. I'm very close to the future, so I have to work on staying active and engaged in another season way, rather than kind of bring the winter out. I live in an area where the weather is not bad, it's the seasonal change. So I'm trying to work on the things I choose to eat and the good choices. I'm trying to work on the things I choose to do for physical activity and make them enjoyable, but a little bit more than I might want to do, because I don't want to do any of it. And I'm talking about aerobic. And it's there seems to, this time of year, there seems to be longer stretches of time where I need to kind of disengage for a longer stretch, and then I can engage and do some more again. I don't know another way to say it. And then this would be the valley, and then it'll peak back up where I'm more productive. But this is not a productive time for me. It's a ride it out and do a little bit better than you did yesterday kind of thing. I'm not depressed or anything. I'm just hibernating.
Yeah, and that's the natural flow of the season, right?
Mm-hmm. Some years I feel it more than others.
Mm.
I think it's going to be a big one. But and actually yoga does help with that. I've noticed that it gives the winter a little bit, softens the edge of winter a lot.
Anybody else want to check in? Shall we go to meditation then? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and lie down on your back. Lie on your backs with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And just start by feeling into your connection with the earth underneath you. And start by feeling the support and let yourself rest into that. Notice any points of tension in your body and allow yourself to let go of the tension, feel a sense of ease and relaxation. And see how completely you're able to let go into the earth and feel how welcoming the earth is for you as you let your body just melt into the ground. So very gently and very slowly, you're going to open your awareness into your feet, sensing whatever sensations are present for you, feeling the tension maybe in your toes, the necks of your toes, the balls of your feet, the arches of your feet, the heels. Giving yourself some time for the tension to come forward, and then letting that tension drain down through your feet into the earth underneath you. And then open your awareness into your lower leg, from your knees down through your shin bones, your calves, and your ankles. Feel the tension, the points of gripping and holding, the area of numbness, maybe a sense of darkness. And allow that tension to release down into the earth. And if you feel other parts of your body letting go, you can just go with that relaxation trend. And then feel your buttocks on the earth and their points of connection on the earth. And allow your buttocks to soften so there's a deeper connection with the earth here. Opening your awareness into the sides of your hips, your pelvic girdle, the bones of your pelvis. Your hip sockets, up through your legs, the tops of your legs, the backs of your legs, your inner thighs. And then let that tension from your upper legs through your pelvis drain down through your buttocks and into the earth. And coming to your mid-back, feeling your rib cage resting against the ground. Feeling the tension around your rib cage from the base of your sternum, in your organ body, your lower lungs. Allowing whatever tension to come forward. And then following the tension as it releases and dissolves and lets go downwards into the earth. Opening your awareness into your shoulder blades on your upper back, feeling the bones of your shoulder blades. Up through your upper back to the shoulder joints, the collarbones, the upper lobes of the lungs, the upper chest. Feeling the tension in this part of your body. And then noticing too how this tension releases and dissolves, lets go down through your shoulder blades and into the earth. And feeling your elbows heavy on the ground. And then opening your awareness to the sensations in your hands, all the joints of your fingers, your wrists, your forearms. And letting that tension slide down through your forearms, through your elbows, and into the earth. And then opening your awareness to your shoulder joints again, the fronts, the sides, the middle, the back. Feeling the tension in this three-dimensional joint. Letting this tension slide down through your upper arms, through your elbows, and into the earth. And then noticing once more, opening your awareness into your head, feeling tension through your face, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eye sockets, the backs of your eyes, your temples, your scalp, tightness in your brain, your skull, feeling all the tension in your head, and then allowing it to drain downwards through the back of your head and into the earth. And then we'll take all 10 points, your 2 feet, your 2 buttocks, your mid-back, your 2 shoulder blades, and your 2 elbows. And on your in-breath, feel the tension in your body. And on your out-breath, just allow that tension to go. So as you breathe in, you feel tension in your body. And as you breathe out, that tension releases down, down into the earth. On the in-breath, feel the tension in your body. And as you breathe out, follow the tension down into the earth underneath you. Breathing in, feeling the tension. Breathing out, descending with the tension into the earth underneath you. So you're not leaving your body behind on the surface. You're opening the somatic felt sense of your body into the earth. So it's as though you're opening the back of your body and you're following the tension down into the earth so your body can relax more and more. And the deeper you relax, the more you follow that tension into the earth, the more your body will relax and open into the earth. So as you follow that tension down into the earth, you can start to sense what the earth feels like underneath you. Let your body feel into it. And stay with the feeling, stay with the felt sense of the earth underneath you. It might feel soft, it might feel open, maybe it feels dark, maybe it feels supportive, accepting, nourishing, loving, tender, welcoming. Just notice what the felt sense is for you as you open your awareness down into the earth. On the in-breath, you're feeling the tension in your body. And on the out-breath, you're following that tension down into the earth and you're letting your tension lead you down. And then the next time you follow the tension down and out into the earth, you're going to let your awareness stay down in the earth underneath you. And then you'll continue to drop and open. So on the in-breath, you feel the experience of being in the earth underneath you. And as you breathe out, you're going to drop and extend down even more. So each time you breathe out, you descend and drop open. So your awareness is opening and descending, and you're letting go of any boundaries underneath you in the earth. So keep opening, keep descending. Your felt sense, your internal felt sense of your body, of the earth is opening to a deeper and deeper level. So this is still your body. It's your somatic field. It's your internal felt sense of your body that's opening. There's a sense that the space of your body is opening to the earth underneath you. Very gently opening down and down, wider and deeper. It's as if you're in your body and then you just open your awareness and let your awareness descend further and further, more and more open. And when you do this, you discover that your sense, your internal sense of your body is already there. And you just keep opening and dropping, descending down and down. So keep opening and descending, keep dropping. Your awareness may be very deep in the earth right now, and you'll probably come up and down. Your awareness will probably go up and down, and that's completely normal. So you might come back up, and then you just open and descend again. Just keep falling and letting go. And notice the feeling of relief as you do this. So all the ways that we spoke of perfectionism, of trying to have things under control, of trying to be perfect, of trying to do things the right way, all of this just lets go as we go into the earth. And there's that feeling of relief. Because this kind of perfectionism, this kind of control, this kind of need to have it all done, this need to have it done in the right way, it's a way that we keep ourselves restricted in this kind of tiny envelope of our skin. And it's so much work. And now we're letting all of that go. And we're opening to a much bigger, more expansive, more spacious awareness and experience of ourselves in the earth. And the more you open to this awareness, the more you'll have a felt sense of being at home in yourself. So as you breathe in, you're deep in the earth. And as you breathe out, you let yourself descend further and further. And you just keep opening and dropping, opening and falling. So that you go into the depths of the earth, opening and dropping. Your felt sense of your embodied experience and your awareness gets bigger and bigger. You open your body to deeper and deeper levels. You dissolve the boundary of the back side of your body on the surface, and you're now actually experiencing the full measure and depth of the earth itself. So it's kind of like a snowflake falling down and down. And as you descend, you might notice that you run into an obstacle. You might start to think about things. You might come back into your body. And that's really no problem. If you come back into your body, you just start again. You just open into the earth again. If you start thinking about the earth like rocks or things you learn geology in school, you're just going to let that go. You're going to open and let your awareness keep dropping and opening down and down and down. So it's very gentle, allowing your awareness, your embodied awareness, this intuitive way of experiencing your body, your connection to the earth, opening to the full depth of the earth, feeling at home. You might feel a sense of longing to connect in this way, and allow yourself to feel that longing as you open deeper and deeper. This is a way of allowing your true self to be experienced, to be expressed, rather than that really small sense of self that we feel like we have to control and perfect. Opening to something much bigger, much vaster here. We can experience it in the depths of the earth. So let yourself sink and descend deeper and deeper, falling towards your ultimate home, towards your ultimate expression, towards your deepest being. And when you descend in this way, you might feel a sense of warmth, a sense of spaciousness, and just notice how it feels in your body as you descend deeper and deeper. Notice how the space of the earth feels for you. Feel that sense of tenderness, that sense of blissfulness. Notice how the space feels for you. Notice how it feels unconditionally accepting, soft and velvety. Notice how you feel held and this deep sense of well-being. Maybe even a sense of healing here. Keep softening and opening, letting go deeper and deeper. And then through the opening in the back of your body, allow this warmth, this healing energy, this unconditional love of the earth to flood your body. So imagine that you're opening your skin, opening the muscles on your back, opening your deep tissues, opening your organs, opening your heart, opening your bones, opening every cell of your body so that this nurturing, warm, loving energy can flood your body. So keep letting this peaceful, blissful, beautiful earth energy surround your body. And you can even let it come up and envelop all the pressures of your life. So when we tuned in earlier to all the pressures that we feel in our lives, let it come up and bring healing energy to those things too. To all the things that feel like they're in your way in your life, all the things that feel like they put pressure on you, that feel like they are reducing you, that feel like they are stripping you away. Let the earth energy come up and bring its healing energy to those things as well. So the warmth and love and healing energy of the earth not only envelops your body, but it envelops all layers of your being and all layers of your life, especially the parts that feel difficult, that feel challenging, the parts that feel the parts of your psyche, the parts of your emotions that are most challenging for you. Let that healing balm bathe them, soothe them, and heal them. And then let go of all technique or effort whatsoever and just rest. Just rest on the earth. Give yourself a moment to be with the experience. Notice what stood out for you about the experience. And how the experience relates to your day-to-day life. And then ask yourself if the experience is in harmony with your day-to-day life or out of alignment with your day-to-day life. And is there any sort of intention or aspiration that you have to bring things into alignment with your day-to-day experience? And then you're going to very slowly take your time, coming back to our circle. Okay, so in our circle, if you would like to speak about your experience with that meditation, there's space for that. If you have any comments or questions about your yoga or meditation practice more generally speaking, this is also the space for that here. So I open the floor to you.
I think for me, this was the first time that I really noticed the connection from underneath. Since the time that I'm practicing the 10 points and the earth descent, I had a problem of going deep. I was more like branching out like a tree. I can sense everything around me, but it was the problem of getting down. And today I had the feeling there was something coming up. I tried to go down, but something was coming up as well. And then suddenly I felt a connection going through me. and it warmed me up actually,
Mm.
the whole body, and it was kind of nice to feel that.
Mhm. Beautiful.
I found that at first, at the beginning of the descent, I went down rather quickly, but then I didn't stay down. And I was kind of like Adrienne. I kind of came back, and I felt like I was just under the surface, and I kind of, for the most part, stayed basically under the surface, and I felt but I craved to go down. I
Mm.
wanted to go down. It was kind of like I was almost, I know you're not supposed to force yourself, but sometimes your mind takes
Oh,
over.
there's that longing, isn't there?
The longing,
There's
yeah.
that longing.
I want to be down there as deep
Yeah.
as I can, and I want to stay down there, and I don't want to come back up. I just
Yeah.
want to stay there because it feels so good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just like when you say to come back, it's like you don't want to come back.
No, I know. Yeah.
It just feels so good. It's just like it's a dark, calm space that, and just the deeper you go, the calmer the space is. And
Mhm.
it's almost addicting almost.
Yep. Mhm.
It was nice to do Earth Descent. I haven't done it in a long while. I'm concentrating on the 10 points, so it was really nice to do Earth Descent tonight.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, first, I want to say I was so much more comfortable this week. So thank you, everyone who gave me all those tips
Oh,
last week
yeah.
about the blankets and the pillows and the bolsters.
Good. Yay.
But
Everything.
I really felt like that aided in my further relaxation this week compared to previous weeks.
Mm.
But what I noticed this week is I just felt so supported, like so much more than I did in the past. And kind of like what Diane said, it's just like going deeper and deeper. But I really only had, a few moments. It felt like that I was there, and then I kind of started to, drift in and out and everything. But when you were there, I was just like, oh, like it just felt so good, and then even too, when you were saying breathe into your tension and let go, I mean, I carry a lot of tension in my back. So when I laid down, my whole back, I could just, I felt my tension all day long, but just doing the breath, and it's just like feeling it release and almost just like visualizing it release and everything. It felt so good. And like now I have zero pain and zero tension, zero pain in my back. And it felt so good. And just, yeah, it just felt amazing. I just kept visualizing because we have a basement. So I'm like, if the floor of the earth or whatever weren't there, I would be dropping. But like you felt heavier, but in a good way. Because usually when you associate heavy, you think, oh, I'm bloated. I feel so heavy. I feel sluggish. But it's almost like a heaviness in like the best way that it could possibly feel.
Mhm. Nice.
I usually, as soon as the practice is over, I'm ready to. I go right to bed right directly after.
Mm.
I should have a wonderful sleep tonight. Have everything ready in my room, and I'm just go crawl right under the blankets as soon as I leave you guys.
Yeah, those of you that have that timing, that's really nice. Mhm.
Well, for me, it just enhanced okay, I know I'm a morning person, but it just, now that I feel that this connection was there, the warmth went through my body, I actually feel like I did an hour of intense yoga right now. I'm limp and full of energy, and I'm happy to now get into the day. So, but with a lightheartedness. I'm light, although yes, the grounding. I always like when the meditation I end and I have to peel myself, like I have to peel myself off the ground, you know, like because it's like, yeah, I was in there and now I'm getting out of it. But it's yeah, it's nice. I like it.
I felt like it was in like on very soft sand and sinking down in the sand. It's a cool feeling, but it is a very comfortable and relaxed feeling. And then there was this little message I was trying to give myself, but it was an image. And the image was that I was in a room, kind of like a boathouse. And someone wanted to find someone, and I had the information about that, but I didn't want to give it to them. And so I was going around the little walls just out of sight of the person who was pursuing the answer. I think all of this was me, but I was ducking around a little wall, and then I'd duck around another little wall when they'd come closer, and I was playing cat and mouse with myself. I was so relaxed.
Don't you think Betsy could write the best fiction? Like, Betsy, if you ever write a fiction novel, I'm first in line to read it.
There's a baby magpie just outside the window harassing its parents for food.
US expressions, you go girl.
It was quite, I don't know, took a while to get into it. And yeah, I became very aware of that, of how I've, well, in the meditation, I was almost resistant. I could feel the earth come. It was like I wasn't going into the earth. It was coming from me, sort of thing. And I became aware of how resistant I can be to support. There's that connection in life, and so when I was feeling this energy coming to me and meeting me and just like this, and I'm going, I don't want to, but it feels so maternal. It was like being hugged from my mum. And I really didn't, I tried I tried so hard not to fall into it, but resistance is futile. And I was very emotional.
that earth energy is very maternal. And yet the earth mother is the real mother, right? Because
It's pure.
yeah, unlike our human mothers, the love is pure, it's unconditional. It's not, you know, in our human relationships, our human mothers, you know, are wounded from their mothers, and they're passing on that wounding, and so with the earth mother, it's just completely different. There's none of those layers. And yet we bring our own conditioning to the process, and it can be very difficult to open to them. And in my experience, it's been actually doing the meditation itself and going into the embodied experience of it. You know, putting aside that kind of label as Mother Earth, but going into the felt sense of the experience over and over and over again, that builds up the trust in the experience.
I have a sensation sometimes when we're doing this that the memory of either a sister or a mother, that's the association, hugging or being very close. And it almost always, Michelle, I wonder if it isn't because you're open because I am in that situation, open in a certain way, that I'm feeling what you were saying, Melissa, both the contradiction and the love for the individual. In other words, when you're living and relating to someone, you kind of screen over and hide the pain when you're feeling the love. And when you're in a meditative kind of open yoga space, it's all coming at the same time. And it may be that complete sensing that's giving that emotion to me. There's a bittersweetness to it. It's not all sweet.
Well, I think, well, I don't know that we're offering answers here, but one of the things in the context of the teaching that we're giving today around resistance and, the pressure is that the very thing that is putting pressure in our lives, so like this resistance to meet the mother, or the feeling that, feeling the pressure of perfectionism, within the pressure itself is the gift, right? Within it is a longing to it's the gate. It's the opening to the most beautiful relationship you're going to have with Mother Earth, right? Because there's that longing there. If it wasn't there, there wouldn't be the gateway in, right? Right? If the pressure wasn't there, the diamond wouldn't form, right? Same with everything all of you have brought up, right? All these things that seem like they're such a big problem in our lives are actually your karmic unfolding, right? Your unique pressure cooker to lead you through to be the unique, beautiful, shining essence that you're meant to be, right? And as soon as we drop that perfectionism, that control, that need to get the to-do list done, right? Whatever that thing is, then whoosh. But we actually had to go through that to open to it. It's very necessary, very necessary. So it's not a problem. Yes, Sandrine.
Well, I have actually always had problems with labels. I mean, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and all this, because okay, I understand it is not the label of the, it's about the nourishment, but I think that also sometimes giving those labels is then that we are associating this with the problems that we are facing in our own life.
Right. The problem isn't with the earth. The problem is that we've had problems with our mothers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So you're right.
yes, I don't have a problem. I had problems with my mother, but they are all, we solved them, because I started to see my mother not as my mother anymore, but as a human being that runs around on this planet and has a lot of problems, as everybody else does, and has to deal with those. And the same attitude I gave to my father. And since then, I mean, my family has since then become much better. Our communication and our dealings with each other has improved a lot. And this is also this Mother Earth and Mother and Sister Moon and all this. I don't know. For me, I would prefer to see them as non-sexual, non-gendered, not binary gendered, zeros and ones, but just non-gendered, because I think that is also bringing up a lot of problems in our current society, this genderedness and this we're trying to balance things here that are completely out of balance because we are not linking to our nature anymore. So
I think we're actually saying the same thing, which is that we need to come into balance, right?
Yeah.
And we do actually, so the labels are problematic, but we do need this nurturing energy. You do need.
Yeah, you have in yourself, you have to also deal with your masculine and your feminine and your yin and your yang and all the, this balance. You have to find this balance. And I think putting labels on things more and more even increases this tension about things. So, well, for me, I mean, this is just a personal opinion on that. So
yeah, in a way, and sometimes they work as a teaching tool as well. I think we can probably agree that there's a different energetic quality to the earth than there is to the sky. Right? That the energy of the earth is much more feminine than the energy of the sky. This is why these things get labeled in this way, right?
Well, maybe it has also to do because I'm not, I don't, because of my biological connectedness or non-connectedness. Maybe it has all to do with that I'm feeling that a little bit differently. Could be.
Even the sun and the moon too, right? The energetic qualities of the sun, very expansive, very bright. It keeps us going during the day, helps things to grow. Very different from the moon, right? Very reflective, very cyclical. So, I mean, things do have different qualities.
I'm not denying that the qualities are different.
Yes.
I think that sometimes people have this my first reaction to the Mother Earth, and then hearing that word mother, and then all of a sudden all this.
Yes. The problems come in with our own human relationships with our mothers and fathers. That's where the problem comes in.
Definitely.
It's nothing to do with the energy of the earth or the energy of the moon. I mean, that's there, and you're just trying to connect to it or not.
Yeah. So that's where we go back to, if we come back to the basic premise, which is come back to the experience of the meditation itself, right? And the embodied experience of it. Yeah, because it's when we go up into thought and these beliefs about what's happening, then we bump up against the suffering, right? I think you helped to bring a lot of clarity to that, actually, Sandrine. I see it's past 5:30 now that we had that debate on feminine and masculine energy.
We could go on. It's something
Yeah.
that I'm currently. It's something that I'm currently very much in, and I'm working on it. And
It's an interesting thing to contemplate. I hope you continue to contemplate it. And I'm really glad to be able to spend this time with all of you here today and to see all of you. And I'm just, have we been getting this feedback even when I mute you all?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, no.
Okay, not too bad is not what we want.
Sometimes on my end, like when Sandrine was talking and when Betsy was talking the first round, it's like I had to really listen to understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's because my laptop stands on the floor, so I have to be closer to it probably.
I don't know if it was you, it's just some type of feedback in the background. I don't know who it's coming from or where, but yeah.
Was it happening when I had everybody muted and it was just me talking?
No.
Okay, so it's not an issue. I needed to know if it was this mic, if I need to return this mic.
No, it's when everybody's on.
Like
When everybody's on. Okay, so that's an issue with there's feedback happening somewhere. Okay, so I'm gonna mute you all just to do a final announcement here then, so you don't get that feedback. So just to say, so you're not getting the feedback now. Okay, it's not the mic then. That's good. Okay, I also am very much looking forward to connecting with all of you on Sunday at the same start time, 4 p.m. Pacific, for our first Yin Yoga workshop. So that's why we have this mic, so I can move and hear you still. And yeah, it's introduction to Yin Yoga, which now that I've done some training, just seems like a joke, because I'm not going to be able to teach you everything in 90 minutes, like introduce you to Yin Yoga in 90 minutes. But as we made it our way of being here in our community now, we'll let things unfold over time. And I think what I will introduce you to in that 90 minutes is yin and yang theory and how we're going to be balancing our yin energy in yin yoga. And we'll do that, of course, with postures and stuff. But the focus of the yin yoga workshop classes will be on yoga. We will be doing yoga through that most 90 minutes. And we'll keep this space more where we have more of the interaction. But we can have some interaction there. But I guess we'll see how it unfolds. But I do want to make that space more yoga centric. Okay, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing you then, and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, so many different times here. I'll see you on the forum, and I'll see you on Sunday or Monday. Okay, namaste. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.